Hello and welcome to Maths with Jacob. This lesson will focus on transformations. A transformation is closely related to a change. In this lesson, we will be looking at 4 different transformations with respect to shapes. We start with an original shape, and it will undergo a change in either its position or size. Now the first transformation we'll be looking at is called a translation. Let's look at what that means. Translation is a term used in geometry to describe a function that moves an object a certain distance. The object is not altered in any other way. In a translation, every point of the object must be moved in the same direction and for the same distance. So if you look at this triangle, it moves from there to there, hasn't been altered in any way. It moves in a straight line. This triangle has been moved from here up to here in a straight line, hasn't been altered in any other way. It's just a change of position. And the same here, this smiley face has gone from there to there in a straight line. Rotation. A rotation is a circular movement. A rotation has a central point that stays fixed and everything else moves around that point in a circle. A full rotation is 360 degrees. Now here's an example where here is the fixed point here, and this object here on this side has been rotated, and here is the image over here. So it's still the same shape, but it just gets rotated around. Here's the letter F. The grey one was the original one, and there's the central point there. That's where everything is rotating around that point there, and here we go all the way around here. The next one is a reflection. A reflection is a transformation in which a geometric figure is reflected across a line, creating a mirror image. That line is called the axis of reflection. Let's look at the examples in the next slide for reflection. Now here are 2 examples. We have this object here. It's been reflected there. Just pretend that's a mirror or a straight line which is doing the same job as a mirror, and this thing is reflected across. That triangle there, that can be reflected that way. It doesn't slide, as you can see, because it's got a different orientation. Think upon it as a reflection where this triangle is looking at itself in the mirror, and that's what it sees. Enlargement. An enlargement occurs when a shape is projected from a given center of enlargement. It is similar to when a projector is used to project a shape onto a screen. Now here's a very good example here. So here is the center of enlargement, right? That's what we talked about here, see? There. Now this triangle here is the original triangle, see? That's the original one. Now if you wanted to make this triangle here twice the size, okay, all you do, the distance from there to there is the same as the distance from there to there. That's if you wanted to double the size. And the distance from there to there, to here, is the same as from there to there. And the distance from there to there is the same as the distance from there to there. So it depends on how much you wanted to enlarge this shape here as to how far these distances are. So you can see the further you move along, the larger this image will be. Look at this letter here, it's like a capital T. And here is the dot here, see that? And there's the original one, the blue one. And there's the enlargement, the green one. So the further you move along, if you're right up here somewhere, that T would be very, very large. And that's the same principle as the projector, when you project a little image onto a large screen.